from Hyderabad. I did my undergrad in BMS and I am part of the PGP 29 batch here at MICA. I gave my GDPI in the Bangalore Center and it was 2 years ago, so I don't remember a lot of it. But what I do remember is that we had a group activity and MICA's admission process was something I'd never seen before. We were divided into 10 people each and our group was given the brief to come up with a board game to help increase awareness about health issues, and we were given chart paper and some sketches to make the board game physically over there. It was very fun. It didn't feel cutthroat, it felt very natural. It felt like they were trying to gauge us and our behavior in a very natural environment. Post that, I had my personal interview, which was very general. They asked me a lot of questions based on my profile. There were a few general knowledge situation based questions. The general knowledge questions involved asking for my opinion on a few topics. For example, I told them that I was half Telugu, so they'd asked me my opinion on the whole division of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. And situational questions were value based questions such as what would you do in a situation where you had to choose friendship over honesty, dishonesty, something like that. Overall, it's been a very fun experience.
Hi, I'm Sai. I'm the batch of 2024 and my GPA happened 2 years ago in Mumbai. I had a great experience overall. So my GE was basically just a very chilled out session. Made a skit around it, so very creative, very fun. Everyone was very cordial. So it's just you hanging out with future Michaels, and it's a lot of fun. In fact, my GE kind of made me more calmer for my PI, I would say, because I had a lot of nerves. So for my PI, I am a economics graduate. So my PI kind of revolved around that. Very basic economics. My entire PI was quite just like conversational. 1 or 2 math questions that were very doable. My CAT score was also decent, so they asked if there are any other colleges that I'm applying to and why I would choose MICA, or if I would choose MICA over them. You can give very tactical answers to this. You can be very honest. I was very honest with my answers. I told them exactly why MICA. Bring in more of like your personal answers, your personal experiences. They're very open to listening. It was not at all a grilling interview. It was a very long interview for sure. It was around 40-ish minutes, but it was not a grilling interview. All the best.
Hi, my name is Saloni and I am from PGP 29. I have done my undergrad in BMS where I majored in finance, and then I worked in corporate communications and CSR. The center for my GEPI was in Mumbai, and yeah, so the process for GE for us was based. A bunch of us were supposed to be in the room where we do a mute skit. So they gave us a topic about how somebody has a close friend of yours has stolen some sort of sports equipment, and since you are the head of the sports team, you're supposed to address it and bring it up, but of course he's your best friend, so you cannot really go and accuse them, but you choose how you want to bring it up to them. And since it was a mute skit, so we had to present it to our judge in a way that the message is conveyed and the story has been told. And I think that is what MICA really wants to know, right? How well can you tell a story? So yeah, post that we had our personal interviews. In my personal interview, it started off with some tell me about yourself, some basics, marketing questions like do you know the difference between marketing and branding and sales and so on. Since I worked in Corpcom and CSR, there were also questions around communications, how I would deal with certain issues, like if a brand needs to communicate better, or if there's some sort of crisis, then what should a brand really do in those scenes. There was also questions on CSR which were more like general knowledge types, like UN sustainability development goal, SDGs. They asked me questions like, would I let's say work in ITC because in the cigarette manufacturing division. So with that they were trying to figure out that do I lean on the ethical side. So yeah, so that is about it. It was fairly simple, it was fairly calm, and it was pretty nice. So Thank you. Hi, my name is Prakriti. I am a student of MICA and I majored in Media and Entertainment Management at MICA. Before coming here, I worked for about 2 years in corporate communications and CSR, and this was after completing my graduation in multimedia and mass communication. I gave my GE and PI at the Delhi Center. The group exercise had some approximately, I think, 6 to 7 people in the process, and we were asked to come up with a game which would help children come back out and play collaboratively after COVID happened. So that we could present it in the form of a skit. We could present it with the help of papers and sketch pens that were provided to us. So this was a slightly different take to a group discussion where we had to actually collaboratively come up with solutions. My personal interview experience at MICA was very different from the other interviews that I had given at the time. They began my interview by asking me a few things about my background. There were questions about corporate communications and what kind of companies get into CSR and what kind of CSR programs my company undertakes. Then the line of questioning moved towards my interests, and you guys would know about the form MICA makes you fill out before the GEPI process. It helps you enlist and talk about your interests. So that is the direction the interview took. For example, there was discussion about how I take a lot of interest in food and cuisines. The interviewer took that in the direction of asking me a guesstimate about how many tomatoes I can fit in this room. So yeah, you can expect questions about logical reasoning and mathematics clubbed into your interests, so it won't be as academic as you would expect other college interviews to be, but a more fun take on academic concepts. I was also asked about marketing campaigns and how I would approach a marketing campaign from scratch if it were to be executed on the MICA campus. And overall, it was a great experience.
Hi, my name is Arshia. I'm 23 years old. For my UG, I was at Symbiosis. I was doing BBA in marketing. Then I worked for 10 months at a startup, and finally I'm here at MICA. I was at Delhi. There were around 10 of us, 10 of us, and we were supposed to make a poster on the behalf of WHO, World Health Organization. I think the topic was something like why masks are not required or why masks are not good in the context of COVID. What helped us was definitely trying not to outshine other people. So when you do your group exercise, there will be alumni there judging you. Teamwork is one of the biggest things. You're not gonna get graded so much on the end aspect of it as much as the process of it. So try to be cordial to people around you, try to let other people shine. Assess who's good at what before you go into the group exercise. So maybe you can ask, is somebody good at designing? Is somebody good at copy? Is somebody good at presenting? Etc. After that, my interview was wonderful. I was asked a moral question. I think again they were trying to put me into the corner, stress me out a little bit, but I stood by what I think was right morally. Apart from that, I think I had some very basic questions on marketing, advertising, some questions on my work ex, and because my work ex was around a little bit around digital marketing, some technical questions on that. I was very honest about the kind of person that I am, and so try to show what you can instead of just what you can't. And yeah, best of luck.
Hi everyone, my name is Shreya and I'm a NIFT graduate from the batch of 2020, post which I worked in the industry for 15 months. So I gave my GEPI in Bangalore and we only had about 21 people in our entire slot actually. My group exercise was in a group of 7 people, and we were given a topic to create a board game for the elderly which talked about various health illnesses and wellness, etc. It was a pretty fun experience, and I think what they see in these kind of group exercises is how you're collaborative, and if you're a good team player or not. Followed by which I had my personal interview, and I think my personal interview was also extremely conversational. I had actually created a chart which basically had doodles of what I had done throughout the years in my life, highlighting some interesting things that I had done. So they questioned me a lot about that. Then they questioned me about my work experience, my background, why making a shift from fashion to marketing and communications, and why I want to do an MBA at all. And also because I mentioned about my family background, they asked me about different places that I've moved to. Other than that, we mostly just talked about my interests, the stuff that I filled in my SOP. So I talked about my likes and dislikes. They questioned me on it, and they also cross questioned the things that I was mentioning about it. So yeah, I think that was about it. All the best, everyone.
Oh, this is called the generation gap.